about Wistoria episode 7. Two notable things happened this week. First of all, we get the fight between Julius and Will, and Julius has learned spells from Alfaria, the girl who Will is following up to the other class. I thought her name was Emma, but no, it turns out Emma is a completely different character who we will meet later down the line. But he studied her magic, he's learned her magic. However, what he doesn't know is that he hasn't mastered her magic. So basically, he doesn't know the ins and outs of it. Because remember, Will and Alfaria were childhood friends. They used to spar with this magic all the time, so Will knows it much better than him. And he basically uses that knowledge to outwit and kick his ass. And my favorite moment in this whole series so far is when Will walks up to Julius and is like, "You do know that spell you're using, Alfaria invented it when she was 2. So basically, you have less knowledge of magic than a 2-year-old." And the look on Julius's face was so priceless. It was absolutely hilarious. And of course, he goes berserk and tries to just use as much of this magic as he can. But I have a feeling that he was exhausting himself, because as you can watch him, you watch him fight basically, and he's just starting to pant. He's losing breath. So I have a feeling this magic takes up a lot of exertion, and he was running out of steam. Uh, Even better is while they're both fighting, the other dude, the green-haired, long-haired one, Wingle, I think his name is, he just walks up and he takes the crown and he's like, "Oh, by the way, while you were fighting, I took this, so I win and I didn't really have to do anything." And it's so funny because you expect it to be a character we know, like Colette or Sion, but it's a character we don't really know, and that's so much funnier, especially when they realize. I think he did it on purpose. I think he knew that they were going to fight each other, so he just took advantage of that and stole the crown while they were fighting. It's such a good tactical move. Meanwhile, we also meet Alfaria, who is a huge dork, and of course has a huge crush on Will, because literally every girl in the series has a crush on him. I'm pretty sure even Iris has a crush on him, and the other girl who we barely know, the long one, Roasty, I think it is. I think she also does. But I think Alfaria wins for this because she and Will have known each other since they were children. So obviously she's going to like him because she's known him for a long time. And I love the fact that she freaks out when she freaks out when he loses, but it's not because he lost. It's because he publicly starts talking about the fact that she would torture him with this magic, because Julius clones himself. I was thinking of somebody else. And he clones himself, and he uses the clone to attack Will. But Alfaria is like, "Dude, I never tortured you. I was just trying to teach you magic, and I was just being affectionate." I love that. It's so cute. And it's so realistic for how childhood friends act, because she just views it as normal. She views it as something that just happened as an everyday occurrence. She doesn't think it's a terrible thing, and frankly, I don't think Will thinks it's a terrible thing either. I don't think he was saying that to be mean or like vengeful, but that's just how he saw it. Because when you have 10 clones attacking you all at once, kind of looks kind of torturous. But I want to know more about Roasty. And I also want to officially meet Carriot, because we have not met him yet in voiced lines. I know who he's voiced by because of the fact that I have gone on Wikipedia and looked it up, but I don't know him as a character, so I want to know him as a character, and I'm getting annoyed because he is the other reason I came into the show. But that's it for this week. This was pretty good. I do wish they do more with the other characters, but you know what? Will is cute. I like his journey, and I have a feeling we are going to get a lot more out of this show. I have a feeling this show is going to get a season 2 because it's actually very good. So, see you next week.